C to the A-L-E, A, S, C to the A-L-E, S, C to the A-L-E, S, C to the A-L-E, S, C to the A-L-E,
Woo!
S, C to the A-L-E,
Woo!
S,
Take me back to my
C
football days.
to the A-L-E, it's S.C.A.L.E. Yeah, it's S.C.A.L.E.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, it's DeVonna and welcome to S.C.A.L.E, Sickle Cell Awareness and Lifestyle Empowerment. Today I am here with my parents.
Woo! Hey! Hello, everyone.
Hello.
They've never been on camera before, so bear with them.
Ah, funny.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking them some questions about themselves and their journey with sickle cell to get the parent point of view on sickle cell. So here we go.
Great.
Did you two know before you had kids that you had the sickle cell trait?
As a child, I distinctly remember, like in the checkup files, that there was mention made of sickle cell trait. But as far as the trait, since you don't show like crisis symptoms, it's just a genetic thing where you're a carrier of the disease, the trait. It's not actually the disease. So it really slipped my mind until after we were married and expecting our first child, her big brother. I was 5 months along in the pregnancy, and there was made mention again, it came up again those many years later about the sickle cell trait, and if I wanted to do like an amnio testing to see if the child possibly would have the trait. And I remember I opted not to have the amniocentesis, but to answer the question about knowing, it was something that just kind of came up again as we were starting a family.
I didn't know until my junior year of college when I was in the process of getting my physical for the U.S. military. And it was then that they had told me that I had the sickle cell trait, but prior to that I had no knowledge.
So with the 1/4 chance of having a kid with the full sickle cell disease, did you think, after you had DJ and found out that he had the full-blown disease, did you think that I would get it once you found out that you were having me?
Well, it's a 25% chance. So we had you knowing that that could be a possibility, but we also had you knowing that God is in control of all things.
We had, hoped you wouldn't, but we didn't. Yeah. We weren't really leaning because we would hope none of us. Yeah, we would always hope you don't.
Yeah.
But we weren't
we
like
knew that was a possibility.
We just So that was really more of our mind than any. We knew now that we knew with DJ that was a possibility, but we didn't think one way or the other, was she gonna have it or not necessarily.
Okay. Who has been the most helpful person you've come into contact with in your entire journey of being a sickle cell parent?
Well, initially, one that sticks out in my mind was Dr. Williams or Dr. Garner. I know Dr. Garner was...
He doesn't know.
Our first pediatrician. He immediately, once we found out, because DJ, we found out after he was like 3 weeks old. And so once we did, he immediately took us into counseling. And one of the things he walked us through was the emotions that a parent may feel having a child with sickle cell disease. And one of the emotions he mentioned was the guilt of, I passed this on, to my child, and just having to wrestle with that, and that, this is something they have because of something, in your genetic makeup that caused that, and the guilt of bringing a child into this world with that type of thing. And so he was really helpful and instrumental to us in just kind of walking us through, what to expect. And that was really most impactful to me early on because it was so new and it was devastating to get this diagnosis, as a new mom already, the emotions just with that. And then to have that on top of it, it was really helpful in just really giving me some comfort and just able to kind of know, how to proceed, how to take the next step.
I think for me, it's really been your mom. And I'm truly thankful that she has been able to attend a lot of the doctor appointments, been there when I've been traveling. Her knowledge of the sickle cell disease is that of some doctors, and she often finds herself where she is educating doctors as we move. And so I'm truly thankful, and I would say that she has probably been the most helpful to me in the support of this.
Aww. How did you two best learn to take care of DJ and I?
I'd have to say experience, just going through it. Well, when those crises come on unexpected, it's like whatever the mother, father instinct the Lord puts in us. And your dad, I have to say, is a phenomenal dad. I mean, one of the most involved dads I've ever seen.
What's the greatest challenge you faced as being parents with kids that have sickle cell disease?
One of the challenges you face is sometimes you just don't know what's going on. If you, there have been times where you all have been in the hospital and we think it's going to be 1 day, it turns into 3 days, it turns into 5 days. And that's often a challenge because a lot of times the doctors are trying to figure out what's going on. And we just don't know. And that's when you just depend on God and you pray and you're thankful for Him giving you that spirit, that comfort. But I say for me, that has been the greatest challenge when you all had to be hospitalized and we just didn't know what was going on. But I thank God that we had each other to depend on, and even in those hospital rooms, we've had some fun times and a lot of laughters, and we've met some incredible doctors and nurses and other families, and so you take that challenge and you make the most of it, and that's what we've been able to do.
What advice do you have for all of those other parents out there that have children with sickle cell disease?
My advice would be to really lean on each other. This could be hard on a marriage, it could be hard on a family, and I pray that all families out there would have that source, have that ability to have your partner, that spouse who you can lean on when you're weak and they can lean on you when you're weak. Again, I just thank God that we know Him and He provides that comfort, but it's hard at times, and if your relationship is not solid, it could come in and interfere with your relationship. And so I would encourage all of those parents out there to make sure that you have others that you can talk to and depend on. For those single moms and single dads out there, your extended family, we thank God for our extended family, both while we're away from our extended family in Kansas City, but those who we've met here since we've been in Chicago and when we were in Tennessee and Texas. God has brought individuals in our lives that prayed with us and called in check on us. But I would say it starts with that immediate family and ensuring that you all are connected and that you can share with each other and be vulnerable when you're not feeling well, and embrace and hold each other up. So that would be my advice.
in addition, just stay hopeful and stay encouraged, and allow yourself to realize that you're human and that it can be painful and to walk through, but certainly reach way down and look for that glimmer of hope and see that life, and just have that attitude that trouble does not last forever, and that things can and do get better, and look for the positives and the glimmers of hope and draw closer together, and just whatever family support system you have, whatever support system you have, to just really reach out and use that to your advantage, because the strength is in the unity and just being positive and hopeful, always hopeful.
Thank you both for allowing me to interview you today. I think that any of the parents out there with children that have sickle cell who are watching this video have learned something that they can apply to their own lives. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you guys for watching this video.
And don't forget to smash that like button.
And also remember to give feedback in the comment section below.
And if you want to see more videos like this and come along with me on my sickle cell journey, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
That's a wrap.